Hello and welcome to the Behind the Screens podcast with me, Curtis.
And me, James. And today we had WhyDee on the show, or commonly known as Charva number 2.
Charva
Not number 1, number 2.
What did we talk about, James?
Today we spoke about his music career, sold out shows at the O2 Arena, what it means to be a Charva,
Overnight success, getting millions of views.
seeing the king on the red carpet.
And getting kicked out of school.
And there's one more bit that we spoke about, how he wants to knock out Beavo in Misfits.
Coming up. And, of course, the Charva face. James?
We're here with WhyDee on the podcast today. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Thank you very much for asking. How you guys doing?
We're
All
good.
good.
We're
All
good.
good.
We're good. Excited to have you on the show. I think there's a lot about you that I think, firstly, a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of different things that you're working on. But for us, for me especially, like most well-known, the Charva stuff.
Charva, yeah.
I feel like we need to just kick off with that.
All right, cool.
Talk us through it. For those that are listening that aren't familiar, like what happened there?
All right, cool. So it was around September 2023.
Yeah.
Me and my boys, we always make content together on TikTok, right? And we always try new things. And then one of my boys, K the Jeweler, he decided, let's just try this one sound. We thought nothing of it. We just like, cool, silly. And then impulse came just to pull like a weird face to it, like, but it wasn't strong at all. The face wasn't anything serious. It was just like we were reenacting how Charva's would act, but on a very sly. And then he posted it. Woke up next morning, it was like, whoa, the numbers just went up to over 1 million. It was like, hold on, this might be something. So obviously, from there, we just carried on doing it. And then I was like, cool, this might go far.
Yeah.
So then what I decided was, let's put on some tight jeans and like a white t-shirt.
Yeah.
And then my cousin now, he's like, yeah, let's go to the pub. And then I was like, cool, let's do this. Then me and K the Jeweler and my cousin, we went to the pub together and shot one, and it just went viral. And then it was like, cool. The rest of the Charvas, because my cousin isn't a Charva, innit? But he just came up with the idea of the pub. So then was that cool with the rest of the Charvas now? Or we weren't even called the Charvas. We're called the cool kids, actually.
Right.
That's what we called ourselves, to be honest. I'll be real. But yeah, was that cool? You lot, let's go to the pub. Let's just keep doing this. Let's keep doing this because it might be something. And then the more we done it, the more it just kept blowing up even more and more and more. And it just lasted for ages. And then eventually the comments started calling us Charva 1, Charva 2, Charva. So they made the name for us. Then in the end, we just got called the Charvas.
So you're Charva 2, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm Charva 2,
Charva 2. So was there like anyone doing like that idea before? Like, say, obviously the sound was a thing, but like, were you guys the first ones to kind of?
Before you answer that question, just for like people, if they're listening to this or watching this, they might not know what it is. Tell us what a Charva is, what it's about.
Oh, you know what's mad? You know I ain't done too much research on what a Charva actually is, but what I know it to be is like a geezer, someone called a geezer from. You didn't have to be from London. Like,
England, you've got like an
England
East End geezer.
Yeah,
There's all
like,
different types of geezers.
Yeah. And obviously they have an infamous pose, which is the finger point. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know too much, but yeah.
The pose.
Should we see what Google says a Charva is?
What does it say?
I reckon it'll say the Geordie thing. Because the Geordie's called Charva's Chavs.
Unruly youth, a disobedient child or teenager. So yeah, it is just the Geordie version of a chav. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So you guys were the first ones to like take the mick out of them and use that sound. How did you find that sound? Like, was that just something?
It was random. Like K the Jeweler, who's Charva 1, he found the sound. Because we always usually find random sounds, we just try them out. Because obviously we're trying to find like a new path for ourselves so we can grow. Then he just found that one, and then ever since then it just took off. And the reason why it took off so much is because it's something people haven't really seen before. No. Like imagine seeing 4 black boys in the pub holding beer, wearing England tops, and just pulling weird faces. Like that's unheard of. So
and that track as well. Interestingly, Bart actually, what's the story, Bart?
So Cat, the guy that made the track, I'm friends with his brother.
Okay.
He's friends with his younger brother. So I've known about Cat for years, way before this sound blew up. So when I saw this, I was like, hold on. I recognize that voice. I recognize that face as well.
That's enough from you over there.
Yeah, we only let him talk a little bit.
I got a word limit.
Have you met the guy since?
Oh yeah, definitely. We met him a couple months ago as well to do some promo for his new song.
I bet he was buzzing.
Yeah, 100%. Like when we first met him as well, I'm trying to remember when we first met him. But yeah, he had a very positive energy about him. Like he was happy because like it was just so random the way everything happened, and,
Yeah.
and like his song took off of the back of us making TikToks. Then we also ended up getting into the remix of the song,
Right.
which was amazing. Shout out to my manager for making it happen. I'll be honest. Shout out to my manager. But yeah,
Love that. That is class though. Like you've managed to take someone else's track and
Yeah.
like, I'd have never heard of it if it wasn't for that. Yeah. Do you wish it was something you'd made?
you know what? Nah, you know, not
Really?
necessarily. Like, because I feel like you always got to start from somewhere. So I feel like now that I've done that, it gives me, like, it lets me know that I'm able to maybe do that for my own songs. Because like, I don't know, I don't really think about that too much. You know, I'll be honest. But yeah,
So you were saying you were making content before like this one blew up. Had anything else taken off before that, or was it just like trial and error, just making a bit of fun and seeing how it all goes?
yes, a couple things. So for instance, the first so-called viral video, it was even before TikTok. I was probably like 13, and then obviously I used to be quite chunky. So I took off my shirt one day, and you know Russ Millions, he's a rapper from London.
Yeah.
His name's Russ Millions. He had a song, I think it was Gun Lean or something. And for some reason, I just got impulse to take off my top and start shaking my boobs. 'Cause I had man boobs, I'm not gonna lie. I was shaking them. I just started gun leaning, and then he reposted it, and that went viral. I done it again. He reposted
What
it
channel
again.
was this on? I feel like we need to find this.
I don't know where it's right now, but it was on.
You would say that, wouldn't you?
No, serious. It was on them. You see them Instagram accounts that used to bang views back in the day.
Yeah.
It was on them stuff, and it was on his main IG. But then after that, couple years down the line, I failed my GCSEs. I posted it on TikTok, went viral. They were even playing it in schools. Like even when I left my school, they played the video back to the students that were in that school, and I got certain videos. I was like, why are they playing this to you guys?
Did you say like this was on like? I feel like I saw this on like a news clip or something because normally they show the kids like celebrating when they get all the GCSE. Did it like pick up massively?
Yeah.
I feel like I've actually.
I think
seen
it did. Yeah, a lot of people have seen it.
Yeah.
But I was covering my face when I recorded the video. So luckily for me, a lot of people don't really recognize me because I was covering my face. But yeah.
Love that. So like you've been around, you've been making content. Was that always like what you wanted to do? Did you want to
definitely.
go viral?
It was always content and music. So like from primary school days, maybe even before primary school. Actually, no, I'm lying. Primary school. Like,
3 years old, just vlogging.
Yeah,
like-
nah, literally, that's what it was. Okay, not 3 years old, but yeah, I got to a certain age and I was like, cool. I used to watch KSI a lot. Like that was definitely one of my biggest inspirations. But even before I watched KSI, I was like, I just had a thing for recording myself and just like finding new ideas or like creative things. So I used to like building things. For instance, like I'd make a castle out of paper. Like, it was weird stuff like that, and I'll just try film it, just post it, not think much of it. And then the more years that went down the line, I don't know, I just found new different avenues. Like I ended up posting myself reacting to music, for instance. I don't know, I just tried a lot of things, but yeah, and in terms of music, I must have been 11. My mum ended up quitting music because she actually used to be a musician back in the day.
Oh, right, okay.
She used to do Afro beats.
Don't you think we might have heard or been involved?
I don't know, to be honest with you. If you don't really know about like in-house Afro beats, then you wouldn't really know. But yeah, when she quit, it kind of hurt me. I was like, damn, like, I enjoyed her music as well. So I was like, you can't be quitting. Then I don't know, just young me, because I love my mum so much. Like I knew she had the equipment in the garage for like the music equipment, like all the mixers, everything. So then what I went and done was I learned how to build that up all at the age of 11. I learned how to build it all by myself. Like it took days and days and days, but I just built up all the equipment. I even asked her to buy LED lights to make the room look more cool and stuff. Then I was on YouTube now and I learned how to mix. I don't know how I figured out what mixing was. In fact, I started on something called BandLab, you know?
Yeah.
BandLab. I started on BandLab. And then I was like, cool, this sounds horrible. she let me know it don't really sound too good as well. Like that, she was very appreciative of me trying though, but yeah, she has to be honest with me. Like it wasn't sounding the best. And then I learned how to mix on Logic Pro. Then there was a certain YouTuber I watched. I was learning. It wasn't really helping me like that. It helped me get like a bit of knowledge on how to mix music, but it didn't really help too much. So I just learned by myself. I was like, this is what sounds good. Maybe this is what sounds good. There's in day and night for months and months and months. I was just non-stop doing it. And then in that process, I also learned how to write my own music because I ended up getting a strong passion for it. So let's just say I put in 2 years of producing. I was producing as well. So I learned how to make beats in that process as well. So I learned how to mix, produce, and write my own music. So within the space of 2 years, everything just became like, I fell in love with it properly. So then because I knew I wanted to do content as well, I was like, cool. Had a long chat with my mum. And then I tried to release music before. Don't get it twisted. I tried to release music. Shambles.
Do you know what, it's really interesting. We had a guest on who was a DJ, and he, similar sort of story, and they're all self-taught, YouTube, things like that, and exactly the same. In that he released stuff, just couldn't get it anywhere. He was doing like amazing stuff, then took to social media, built a following, and then suddenly you get traction on it.
Exactly, like
Seems a lot of people like that. Like we have who was it? Sam Cornforth. He trained to be an actor.
Okay.
And he couldn't get any acting gigs, and brands would turn him down because he didn't have like the right look or the right like, personality. And then he started creating TikToks, and he got millions of followers. And now brands want him because of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's
everything's strategic, innit?
Yeah.
Like you have to plan everything out. Like even with my music, when I tried to release and I knew they were doing horrible, my mum told me that only 1% people that will make it in music. Other than like the other 99%, they wouldn't do what it takes to make it in music. So I was like, cool. And also, when I posted my music on Spotify and stuff, I was broke. I'm not gonna lie. So you have to kind of pay to renew it when you like. So I couldn't pay to do that. So it just all got taken down. I was like, damn it. It demotivated me a bit, but at the same time, I was like, cool. I'm gonna start making content and doing it harder. So I started YouTube now, but because I was quite shy, I covered my face when I was doing like certain videos. When I was younger, I always used to show my face, but the older I got, like puberty hit, then I got shy. I was like, got a bit insecure about my looks and stuff. I was like, cool. Covered my face. My channel was doing quite well. Like, this was the reaction videos. Channel was doing quite well. And I was like, do I really want to keep doing this though? So then instead, I changed that. I started posting beats because I just wanted traction somehow.
Yeah, post
traction.
anything
Yeah,
and
start
see what
posting
sticks.
everything to see what works. I was like, posting beats? Nah, not me. So then I was like, cool, let me just try TikTok. And then I was like, this definitely is a way for me to push my music because I need to like go ham on this app in order to grow my platform, get a fan base, and then post my music as soon as possible, and then just gain a fan base in all aspects so I can do the mix of both. So then, man, I was just going hard on TikTok for years and years and years. I failed so many times. I've even had 2 accounts that's been banned on a couple thousand. Like to me, a couple thousand followers was mad.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
I got banned, and it demotivated me. I was sad.
And that's it. Like you go back, it takes so long to build to that point.
Yeah.
But I find it so interesting because I think you must be. He's the youngest guest we've had on the pod, right?
I think so.
Yeah, youngest guest, and it's interesting like the different generations because James is a generation older than me and like 10 years older. I'm 10 years older than you, and it's interesting because like I was. At the point, I was a content creator. It always gets mentioned.
Got a plaque on the
I've
board.
got the YouTube plaque on the wall.
Okay, you got the plaque there. Yeah?
But I was in that kind of early YouTube generation. It was like when I was, I don't know, like 12, 13, I was the one that exactly the same, wanting to create videos constantly. It was all I was thinking about, like, can I do videos of this, of that? And James's generation, like...
We were just before YouTube happened.
Yeah, before YouTube happened. So then to then hear about you, where you're saying like from primary school, like YouTube didn't exist when I was in primary school. So it's mad to think about like, and then you've got Vine and TikTok and all those things, and it's just feels like a interesting.
So basically, what you're saying is I'm old.
Well, and I'm feeling like I'm getting old. Like it's you're an old man.
I am an old man.
How's it feel?
Loving it, mate. I feel happier than I've ever felt in my whole life.
Oh no! But seriously though,
it's the. I feel like now I've got a little boy. I've got another one on the way.
Yeah. Congrats.
It's like I've got no worries. Life's good.
That's good.
Whereas like, when I was younger, I'm worrying about everything.
Okay.
It's like trying to get somewhere, trying to do this, trying to do that. So it's like now don't really ever.
A bit calm and you can settle down.
Happy.
Start a podcast.
That's good.
Start a podcast. So what does you talk about music quite a lot? You mentioned about your mum said 1% of people make it in music. What does making it in music look like to you?
What does making it look like to me? I feel like making it is like doing all the big shows, just knowing in yourself where you want to be at and then putting yourself in that position and grinding towards it. So making it is just being at the top with the greats. But to me, I'd say making it is being on top of the greats, if you know what I mean. And I'm nowhere close to that now, I'll be honest. I know I'm not nowhere close, but I'm willing to do what it takes to get there. So I feel like that's what making it is to me.
Yeah. What's like the biggest headline show you'd want to do? Like venue?
I'll be honest, I've already done it.
Yeah?
O2 Arena.
Yeah.
O2 Arena.
I like that.
Done it already. It's mad. Done it so early on before, but a couple of days after I released my debut song as well. it's mad how that just happened. But
what was that like? Like when you walked out,
you know
tell
what?
us what's going through your head.
Honestly, I thought I would be nervous. And then when I was getting close to the stage, it was getting a bit more shaky.
Get a little bit shaky.
I was like, cool, I expected this. I get on the stage now. I'm like, whoa. There's bare people here right now. 20,000 people.
Did you like stop and think about it? Like, were you taking it in?
Yeah, I took it in a little bit. I was like, right, there's 20,000 people. Let me just go and just do this. Then the more I done it, the more comfortable I got. I was like, I didn't want to leave the stage. I'll be real. I did not want to leave the stage. I felt like I belonged there, if you know what I mean. Like, I felt like I was just made to perform in front of a bunch of people.
I'm the opposite. As we learned on this podcast,
wow.
I struggle with 4 people in a room, like with anything musical.
Yeah.
So, mate, fair play.
Thank you.
You've ticked that one off.
Yeah,
Is there like some place in the world, some venue, something that just would be unreal?
I don't really know about too many venues, you know, I'll be honest. Because I'm born and raised. I haven't even left the UK before.
Oh, really?
So I don't really know what's outside of here. So I've just ticked off the main thing on my list.
Fair. Love that. Well, we've got some...
What about Wembley?
Wembley. Nah, I definitely do Wembley, you know. You know what? That's a shout. Wait, which Wembley?
The big one.
The
main stadium.
Arena.
The main stadium.
Okay, I even forgot. People from there.
Yeah.
No,
like
I'll definitely perform there.
Yeah.
How many? What's the capacity of that?
90,000.
90,000.
But then obviously more on the pitch.
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay, now I'll definitely do that. Yeah. Do you know what? I appreciate you for telling me that. I'm gonna keep that in mind now.
Have you
Get
got
that one on the list?
Have you got a football team? Do you support a football team?
You know what? I don't really watch soccer,
Okay.
but I support Arsenal.
Good man. There you go. Emirates Stadium. Add that to the list as well then.
Oh yeah, Emirates Stadium,
there.
definitely.
We've got just some random questions now,
Yeah.
just to like get to know a little bit more about you and like what you've been up to. But obviously you've blown up into the internet world. You're part of the influencer culture.
Yeah.
If you had to fight someone on Misfits boxing, who would you fight?
Who would I fight on Misfits boxing?
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like a couple people have said this already, but you know, I'll probably say Beavo. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. not even on the violation.
You
thing.
know the rules.
I know. Yeah. I know I'm much younger than him, but to me, easy money. Not even on the disrespecting. Shout out to Beavo, but I just know.
I think
Confident.
it's the 3rd time he's been mentioned on this podcast
Oh, is it?
now. So I think twice was an answer to this question.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. I think he's seen the odd bit from the podcast. So yeah.
Didn't you message him like to try and get him on?
Yeah, I did message him, and he said he'd think about it. So maybe he'll answer and he'll come on and fight you.
Maybe so.
Would you actually do?
Nah,
influencer
probably
boxing?
not. You know,
No?
like, I've done boxing training like quite a few times in my life period, but I'm not really a fighter in general, anyways. You know, I'll be honest.
Sure.
So
Lover, not a
probably
fighter.
not. Yeah.
So you've kind of blown up overnight then with the CHARVA'S stuff. Like, what was it like suddenly getting this attention? Were people like recognizing you on the street? What was it like?
Like the thing is, I feel like people, when it happens to people, they get excited in the moment. But the one thing with me, like I've always been quite humble, and the thing is, because I know this is the point I've always been trying to get at, and it just happened. I was like, cool, now it's time, and I just felt comfortable. And when people are noticing me, like, it's definitely a really good feeling.
Yeah.
It's a proper good feeling. It's like, raw. These people all know who I am. Even when I went to Wireless last year, we're in the advert, and then when we got there now, we're walking through, I think it's called the Pit or something. We're walking through, the crowd kept screaming at us. I recorded it, I posted it on YouTube. It's on one of my vlogs, but yeah, it's like, it just felt like normal. It felt like it's meant to be, if you know what I mean.
Love that.
Yeah.
It's just who you were destined to be.
Literally, because I knew it would happen. I knew it would happen.
What do the other lads do that you created the content with initially? They all like TikTokers as well?
Yeah, like we all done TikTok together, but we all had our normal lives. Like K the jeweler, like in his name, he's a jeweler.
Yeah.
Like Tizzy has a clothing brand, who's Charva 3. So yeah, let me start again. K the jeweler's Charva 1.
Yeah.
Charva 3 is Tizzy. He has a clothing brand. Charva 4 is also Blaze. He also has a clothing brand. So everyone had their own individual things, but we were all doing TikTok.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Who's the biggest on TikTok?
I mean, it is me, to be honest, but yeah.
But when it kind of all happened, was your focus like, how can I also build my own thing?
Yeah,
Is that why it did so well?
Definitely. But you know what? With the Charva thing, in the moment, in the process of it, it was more so how can we build together?
Right.
If you know what I mean? Because we blew up together, like we went crazy together. So everything was together. But the longer you do things, you obviously think, cool, how do I build up my own thing now? Because I don't want to just be known as someone in a group. You want to have your own individual name. I want people to know WhyDee instead of just Charva 2.
Yeah. Do you think, like, I feel like you were the iconic face of it, though. Like, do you think the other guys resent that a little bit, that you were the one that was able to really get the numbers?
Nah, definitely. Like, and the thing is, I don't really like talking about it too tough, because I don't ever like sounding cocky or anything.
No, of course.
So it's like, I just
We're
know
on a podcast to talk about you today, mate. It's
true,
all about you.
But yeah, it's the face, innit? I don't know, man.
Why did you do the face?
Impulse.
Really?
I've always been pulling faces from when I was younger anyway, so yeah, man, it's just impulse. When I get impulse to pull any type of face, I'll just do it. It happened to just blow up that time.
Yeah. Did you do it when we took the pictures for social media?
You know what? Nah, I don't know. I didn't get impulse that time. Yeah.
Maybe if we did them after, you might have done.
Probably.
So, have there been any negatives to kind of blowing up overnight? Is it?
Of course. Hate comments, people sending death threats.
Really?
Yeah, definitely a lot of death threats. I don't know why.
That's mad.
What you hate me for? What did I do?
So, like, often are you getting a lot of death threats then? Like,
I mean, it's calmed down now, but I definitely get a lot of hate because people don't like to see people do something different.
yeah, that's mad.
It is, man.
So is that like when you first posted like that first video, people were just like jumping on it? And
from first, people loved it.
Yeah.
And the more it went on, the more they hated it. But it's like, I found it a bit weird. It's like, right, love can turn to hate real quick, but it is what it is. It just like, what's that word I'm looking for?
Festers.
Nah. Like, it fired me up more to just keep going harder. Because if you're getting hate, that means you're doing something right. So I just saw that. I was like, cool, I'm doing something good. Keep going.
Social media is mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is mad.
People are sending death threats over a TikTok.
Definitely.
It's wild.
what is like the most mental thing someone sent to you?
You know, I don't really remember these comments like that, but I don't know, like, just mainly people telling me to like jump off a bridge and just kill myself. Just stuff like that.
For creating a video?
Yeah, it's like, why'd you say that for? The other day, actually, I checked my DM. Someone said, they know where I live. They're going to come to my house and stab me in my neck.
That's we talked about, like, so you were 16, 17 when it blew up. Yeah. 18 now.
Do you remember like Crystal when she was on the podcast? This girl, Crystal, she's, what would you say? She's like
comedian, entertainer, TikToker. Yeah.
She said somebody DM'd her on her TikTok saying that they've worked out where she lives. But was it based on a package?
Yeah, there was a parcel and he'd fixed the resolution to like blow it up and could see the whole address. And he was like, this is your house. But he claimed he used to work for the police and that's how he can do it. It's like you wouldn't do that if you were part of the police.
No way.
Yeah.
It's,
bizarre people.
Social media is mad. Definitely a mad place.
So, like, I love that your kind of reaction to it, though. It's like fires you up. Like,
Definitely.
has that always been your attitude towards it? It's like,
no, definitely. I don't really let much get to me. Like, there's obviously been been periods where something might get to you because you might start overthinking it. And I'm definitely a big overthinker.
right.
But it's like, you just realize that they're saying this, but like, it's not really, nothing's really gonna happen. They're just talking rubbish. So you might as well just thrive off of it.
Yeah.
Love that.
If your TikTok got deleted today,
and it sounds like it's possible, given you've had 2 banned already.
literally. So let's say, for example, after this podcast, you went on your phone, your TikTok's gone. Do you think you could grow that TikTok back just as quicker? Do you think you could grow it bigger? What are your thoughts?
Now that I know the formula, I think I definitely could grow it back at a pretty fast pace. And luckily for me, I managed to build up my YouTube and my Instagram as well. So I think that will help. But yeah.
What's the secret formula?
Yeah, what's the formula?
What's
Come
the
on.
secret formula?
You know what? What I will say is, just don't be afraid to do things that you haven't seen before. Like, for instance, you won't see someone right now. We're in this room. Actually, no,
What are you
what I was
gonna
gonna say was gonna
do?
sound a bit mad. What I was gonna say was gonna sound mad.
You-
Let me not say that. Alright, but cool, like.
You can tell us afterwards.
But people
what you're
like,
gonna
but
do.
cool. But what I say is, people like to see things that they wouldn't do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And things that you wouldn't expect to see on the internet is what usually does the best.
Like a 36-year-old man doing a podcast. Oh, no, there's loads of those.
But it's like proper
Mate,
creative
killing
things
me.
that just are unexpected.
Right. Okay. How do we do something unexpected?
I can knock you out right now.
I think everyone's expecting that.
After like TikTok, what's your platform that you like to build the most?
After TikTok, the platform I want to build the most, I'd say my YouTube. Definitely my YouTube. And I think, not even in terms of platform, my whole brand in general. Because obviously I want to get into like doing movies and stuff like that. So I feel like just working on my brand in general is what I want to grow the most.
And where do you want to be in 5 years' time? What's the dream?
You know, where do I want to be ideally?
Yeah.
Where are you going to be?
Where am I going to be? See, you can never predict the future too tough, you know, but I know, like, I don't know, I'm going to have a couple million, definitely. Aiming to have that by the end of the year. Hopefully it happens.
That's down to your agent, though.
Yeah, it literally is. Want to have a couple houses, but I still want to stay at the grind mentality I'm at right now. Because I feel like once people get to a certain level, they start to kind of lose that mentality, and then everything just starts to calm down. But I just want to work harder and harder every single year and just show people that there's different levels to things. Like, I even want to start like a series, for instance, like one of the biggest series that someone's ever done in London, but I might want to do it more music related, if you know what I mean. But that's just the idea I've been thinking of recently. I might change it up, maybe I won't, but yeah, I definitely want to get into like doing production side of things, just being big in music, everything. I don't know, man.
Love that.
Yeah, I have big ambitions.
But it's interesting because like there's quite a lot of talk about, some people will say like when influencers are doing things, obviously you're more than an influencer, you're a musician, or you know, that sort. But some people say like when it's all about money, it's influencers are selling out, and some people say like you've got to do things that are your passion. What to you, like, what is the important driver? Is it about, you know, fame and success? Is it about something you love doing? Obviously, look, the money's great. Everyone's going to do. When I think people are lying when they say they don't do things for the money.
Yeah,
but like for you, what is the number one driver? Like with all of this, is it, you know, comfort? What's the end goal?
The end goal.
Yeah, like what do you strive for? Like what
do I strive for? I don't know, like, because I know it's just something I've always wanted to do. It's like, that's what I'm mainly striving for, because I'm not going to settle for doing something I never wanted to do. Yeah, like, for instance, working a normal 9-to-5 job, I'm not going to do that because I know in my heart I've never in my life wanted to do it. And I have done it before. I quit instantly. I was like, this is not for me. It built up my confidence, but I was like, nah, this is not for me. So I don't know. My drive is mainly just knowing what I've been wanting to do and just sticking at it non-stop. And the money's great, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, look, it does help. It's nice, isn't it? But it's passion, isn't it?
But yeah, it's definitely passion. Definitely passion.
Do you think content creation is easy or hard?
Ooh, I've been asked this question before. You know what? As long as you have a creative mind process, it's definitely easy.
Do you find it easy to come up with content?
I do and I don't. Because obviously, as I said, where you're trying to go viral, yeah. I don't make content to go viral, by the way, but say you are trying to go viral, you have to quite get deep into your creativeness. So I have to get into a creative space, be around creative people, then ideas will just start flowing to me. So I would say in that aspect it's hard, but that's if you're trying to purposely go viral. But it is easy. If you're just having fun with it, then it's definitely easy, I'd say. Definitely easy.
You mentioned before that you wouldn't do a 9-to-5. Let's say music wasn't a thing.
Okay.
What would you be doing?
If music wasn't a thing?
Yeah.
I'll still be making content. But I don't know. I feel like I would always be doing something that, like, around music.
Yeah.
So if I wasn't making music, then I'd be engineering and producing. Definitely.
I thought that's a good time to move on to, you know, your track, your latest release. First question. No, in fact, why don't you talk a bit about the track? Tell us about it.
Which track we talking about?
The one that's dropping.
Just dropping?
Yeah.
The next one that's dropping?
Yeah.
Okay, it's called Pronto. Listen, that track right there, it's a good follow-up from Jack in the Box, which is my debut track. I don't even know how many streams on. It's on
1.3 million?
1.3 million. Yeah, see. And that's what comes with knowing how to make good content towards that and just pushing your stuff well. But with the next track, yeah, man, I don't even know what to say about it, you know. I don't know,
So
man. It's like,
have you produced them all, or is...
Nah, I've co-produced them.
Okay.
I've co-produced the music. I've engineered them all by myself. Just written and recorded them by myself in a short space of time as well. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. Just in my bedroom, I hear a beat. I'm like, cool, I want that beat. I take the beat now, or I buy the beat, let me say. Then I reorganize the beat to the way I want it to sound. Because if I wanted to produce the song myself, I just would. Sure. But it's like, because I ain't got that much time on my hands, I like to co-produce it. So I'll take the beat, just reorganize it, add some drums to it, do this, do that. And then I'll write lyrics to it, record, right in my bedroom.
Love that.
Literally.
When's that dropping, Pronto?
See, listen, you gotta ask them. you gotta ask the team about that one. See, I ain't gonna give a release date right now, but it's definitely dropping pronto.
Love
That's how I
that.
see
You
it.
mentioned your mum before. Like
Yeah.
when you first started making music, she was honest and you said it was terrible. What does she think about your music now?
You know what? She loves it
Biggest
now.
fan?
You know, yeah, definitely my biggest fan. I've even got some songs with her,
Nice.
but obviously not released. But yeah, she's hopped on some of my songs before.
Love it.
Yeah, man.
Who's your biggest inspiration in music?
In music, you know what? I don't know if it's probably my mum actually. Let me be real here. Probably my mum.
All right,
Definitely.
let's try that
But-
again.
okay, let's try
Someone
again.
we can
Cool, go
tag
on.
in the TikTok.
Tag in TikTok. Let's say, let me think. My biggest inspiration in music. I don't know, I don't know.
I feel like listening to, I think it was Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Central C
Central C,
vibes massively
yeah.
come through.
Yeah, definitely. A couple years ago, I used to listen to him all the time, like non-stop. So
How was it
Probably.
doing the TikTok?
Oh,
him?
with Sench?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into that one. You know what? That one. You know what? I don't even know. I didn't know how to feel that day. It was mad because I got surprised. So it was like when I blew up with Band for Band now. I don't know. I feel like I manifested it as well because I felt like cool. This trend has gone crazy viral. So it wouldn't make sense for him to just not want to do a TikTok.
Yeah.
Obviously to promote the sound even more maybe. So I was like, cool. I know from this TikTok, I'm gonna meet this guy.
You
I
knew
said, like,
before you posted it.
yeah, basically,
Yeah.
I knew before I posted it. I just knew. I was like, I'm gonna meet this Central C guy, and it's not like that's what I intended to do from the TikTok. Because I was just having fun with it. And even that week I posted the first one, I was ill. I was demotivated. Wasn't trying to post. Obviously, my manager told me, listen, just post. Had fun, posted, and I was like, cool. This done very well.
Yeah.
Let me post it again. It done very well again. I was like, cool. I'm probably gonna meet this guy with this. But
Did he reach out?
yeah, he did reach out, got in touch. I was like, raw, Cinch, fairs. Got in touch. Obviously, we met up. And then, yeah, man, after that, the rest was history. But yeah, when I was with him, I was like, raw, this is really happening
it
right
surreal?
now. Yeah, in a way. I was like, raw, this is really happening right now. The thing is, I knew I'd meet him, but I didn't think it would be in like a TikTok kind of space. I thought it'd be more in the music kind of. But
He's loving TikTok now, though.
Yeah,
He does all his day in the life.
He's loving
and-
TikTok
yeah.
now. But yeah, it was mad. It was mad that day, not going to lie.
So was it just like shoot the TikTok and off he went, or did you spend a bit of time?
Yeah, it was more of a that one. Like, yeah, like we shot a couple videos. He asked whether I liked it, asked whether he liked it. We came to agreement. And yeah.
Love that.
You mentioned GCSEs in school before. You said you failed all your GCSEs.
Yeah.
Was that just like you just were interested in school and it was like music was a thing, or was it like a situation that teachers were?
I'll be honest, school was never for me. I've
Yep.
always been getting kicked out of schools from when I was in nursery up until college.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, school was never for me. So even when I was in school, I was always like recording content that I'd be in school filming videos. Like, or sometimes I'd skip school to film videos or maybe even make music. So I knew that was always my focus. And I'll be real, I knew I'd fail my GCSEs anyways because I'd be in class, like, and I'll be on my phone listening to beats, writing songs, or I'll be writing down ideas for a video I'm trying to record.
Yeah.
I would not be focused on any of my lessons, none of that. So it just kept getting me kicked out, to be honest. But yeah.
I love that you then went viral for a clip
Yeah,
about
literally,
failing
it was
your
perfect, it
GCSEs.
was perfect.
You were destined to
Perfect.
be a content creator.
Like, literally.
It's yeah.
Have any of the, like the schools that you got kicked out of reached out to you trying to come in and like talk to kids or anything like that?
Nah, they haven't,
No.
Certain teachers have. Certain teachers that have liked me have, but nah.
Yeah.
I know when I know that a place don't really appreciate me,
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of my fault to be fair. But when I know a place didn't really like, because a lot of teachers didn't really like me anyways. They would tell me that they don't really see me going far. Like they were quite honest, quite brutal, but yeah, look where I am now.
Yeah.
That's it. And I think that's, there's a whole different point around like the education system, right? That it isn't the same for everybody. And you're clearly a creative. Like that's where your mind is. And it's not necessarily like built for a creative mind.
It's not at all.
There's lots of different things. To like look forward, you've obviously you're doing your music.
Yeah.
Content wise, what's like next for content? What's going to be the next big thing for you?
Next big thing, it might be streaming.
Yeah.
Because I know how to stream pretty well. I know how to entertain people. It's just about being consistent with it. So I think the next big thing in terms of content might be streaming because I don't feel like there's longevity in TikTok. I'll be so honest with you. So I think.
Why do you think that?
I don't know, man. Like it's short form content. It's easy to be forgotten about. So I don't know. I just don't see longevity in it. To be honest with you, like TikTok can get deleted and then you'll just be forgotten about. If you know what I mean.
Do you mean like for you, there's not longevity, or do you think there's an app like it's gonna?
I feel like if you're a creator and you're simply just big on TikTok, nowhere else, and the app gets deleted, for instance, you'll easily be forgotten about. Easily. You know what I mean? So I feel like you need to kind of work on building platforms outside of that, which will obviously help. So I think streaming is probably going to be the next big thing.
Interesting.
What would you stream?
I don't know. I stream me playing games, stream me making music, stream me producing music, stream me engineering music. I stream me having fun with my boys. I've done it. I've done it quite a few times before. I stream me reacting to things. I stream anything on the planet. Yeah. IRL streams is something I'm trying to do as well.
Nice.
In terms of then content, obviously, like you guys created a lot of stuff together. The YouTube channel. I think the last upload was like a month ago in the group channel. Why do you think that hasn't like kicked on your like YouTube channel and stuff like that with the group?
On the group YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Lack of consistency.
Do you think that's what it is?
Of course it is. Definitely, yeah. Like people always ask us to post like new YouTube videos, but I don't know. It's just like we was consistent, but then I don't know. There's something about the consistency that just went down with it. I don't know why, but yeah, we'll get back on our A game. Definitely.
Fair. Talk about a hypothetical question now. CHARVA'S, let's imagine that's done. You have to build a super group of you and 4 other influencers and creators, musicians, anything. Who would the 4 other people be?
And they can't be in a group already?
Yep. Just you.
4 influencers, all musicians.
Or, super group.
Super group. Anyone. Okay.
I'll tell you what, I'll let you do Dead or Alive as well.
Dead or Alive. Okay, let me put 2 musicians in it. So there's 4 of us or 5 of us.
But you've got to remember, whatever you're doing, like if that musician might have to be playing Among Us on a live stream, like it's got to work.
It's got to work.
You're the new sidemen.
Sidemen. Oh, it's got to work.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I might say Drake.
Right.
Because I feel like
he streams loads of stuff. Yeah.
See him on stream. Let's say Drake. Oh, content creators that aren't in a group already.
They can be in a group. You can take them out of it. It's
Right,
your
cool.
world, mate.
Let me say iShowSpeed.
Yeah.
Uh,
I can't imagine Drake and I Show Speed.
it won't make sense.
Carnage.
It won't make sense. Yeah, well, definitely. I'd say maybe Kai Cenat.
Yep.
Is it one more?
Yeah.
2 more.
One
No,
more.
one more.
Smart, by the way, going for
Drake.
Speed and Kai. You're gonna get numbers.
And it has to make sense.
I
Dead or
mean,
alive. Listen, it might sound a bit mad, but bring Michael Jackson back
I
from
knew
the
you were
dead.
going to say MJ.
Yeah.
I really
MJ,
did.
Has to be. Can't lie.
What game do you think he'd love? If you
Horror
stream on
game,
Twitch?
innit? Horror game, thriller. You get me? Horror game. Probably be his
Brilliant.
thing.
I would pay a whole lot of money to watch you, MJ, Kai.
It'll be a
Speed
bit
and
mad still. I don't even know how it would come out, but yeah.
Love that. Love that.
What would the name be if you had a group like that?
Okay, nah. Names, I'm terrible at that. You don't even ask me that now. People, like, even with the CHARVA'S, we got named by the comments. So I couldn't tell you what the name would be, I'll be honest. I couldn't tell you.
Who's the most famous CHARVA like you could think of that like represents what that is?
Most famous CHARVA I can think of.
Or perhaps somebody that doesn't know that's what they are.
Famous CHARVA. I don't know, you know. I don't know. Most famous CHARVA. You're not talking about my group, are you?
No,
My
no,
CHARVA.
no.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just, someone who behaves like what a Charva is.
That might not know. Most famous CHARVA. I don't know. Like, CHARVA.
I feel like it's less of a thing now, isn't it? It was like a 2000s.
Yeah, it's definitely less of a thing now because I feel like it would be easy for me to say right now, but yeah, it's definitely less of a thing.
Who is it, Bart? Who do you think?
Probably one of the guys that goes like Bosh. You know,
Yeah,
the
Bosh, yeah.
Big John.
Big
No, like,
John.
one of those guys.
Big John. I forgot about
Yeah.
Big John. Yeah, might be in it.
Yeah.
Big John.
But they're probably the biggest Chavas, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Let's say that then.
I'd quite like them both, Johnny and Big John. I would like them on the pod so that we can get them to either dispute or be like, yeah, we're Chavas. That's a good shout. Do you have to have like Chinese every Thursday to be a Chava? Is that like how you get in?
Bart just decided.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Good Chinese.
Good Chinese.
Moving on now to like brand deals and the work you've had from it, looking at some of the stuff you've done, mad. Like, obviously, you've done some of these massive gigs. You've been on red carpets. What's been the craziest experience other than the O2 one that you've had because of social media?
Okay, let me say one of them is a red carpet event that I went to for the film Gladiators.
I've seen a picture of this.
Yeah, the King actually showed up to there as well. It was mad. When he showed up, I was thinking, bro, what the hell is he doing here? King, it's crazy. But
did you get him?
Come on, it's King, innit? Near to impossible. Maybe one day I might do, but yeah, that was a bit mad. Like when I went on the red carpet, that was like my biggest red carpet I've been on. And I think they might have actually thought I was one of the actors in the film. It was mad. I was like, when I went on there, it was like, to me, it was like a shock in my body. I was like, raw. I'm seeing the hundreds of cameras. Just flash. I'm like, bro, I feel like a celebrity now. That's how I felt like a celeb. They were telling me, switch your pose. I was like, okay. Like, it was mad. I was switching my pose. I felt like a natural guy. Yeah, it was mad. Yeah, so I say that's one of them. And another one, I'd say Reading Festival. It was meant to be Reading and Leeds, but Leeds got cancelled due to the weather conditions.
Yeah, I remember that.
But that one was another one. That was quite enjoyable as well. Obviously, we came up with a concept of bringing a fake Central C to come out and perform band for band. People fell for it. It was mad.
Really?
We got some clips out of it, some viral clips. That was the plan, by the way. So yeah, I say that was another one. But yeah, there's quite a lot of things I've done. So it's like my memory is like it's fading slightly because there's just been so much. So it's hard to remember everything.
Could you ever believe that it was going to be like that though? Like that you're getting all of these moments and they're all blending in.
Yeah,
you could believe it though, couldn't you?
Could, yeah.
You could
Definitely.
Dream brand collaboration.
See, I've never known how to answer this question. In terms of what though, just everything.
Any brand in the world.
It can be anything. It could be
I feel
like
it needs to be narrowed down, you know.
Okay.
Man.
Dream clothing brand collaboration. So you could have a clothing line with them.
I could have a clothing line with them.
Yeah.
Clothing line with them. Oh man, I don't want to sound too generic, but I don't really wear too much brands. Or I don't really buy too much brands. So I don't really care about them too tough. But I'd probably say LV, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe have a collab with LB, you know, LV.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
What about music wise?
Collab.
Yeah, it could be like equipment. It could be like it could be anything.
Well, collab. I'd probably say Drake. Just get a song with Drake.
Yeah.
That's probably at the top of my list.
Yeah, nice.
Definitely.
And obviously, Central C got involved with like your content. Who is the biggest name that's you've seen on like the liked list or a comment on anything you've done?
Or in your DMs.
Or in your DMs, yeah.
You know, I've had bare names. It's mad. I've had bare names, like bare actors, bare musicians. Like, I don't know. Like, a lot of them follow me as well. So if I went through my following list, like, it'd be easier for me to say, but
Is there anyone where it's like you've seen a comment or you've seen them like and gone, oh shit, they've liked my stuff?
I mean, I'd say the first one was Central C. Another one, probably Skepta. When I was like that, I was like, Skepta? I didn't even know he was on these platforms like that. I was like, rah, there's no way he's liking my stuff right now. Who else? There's a female actor called Sky Jackson.
Yeah.
Is that her name, Sky Jackson? She was in, what was it called Jessie? Was it series? I used to watch
on Disney Channel, wasn't it?
Yeah, I used to watch that a lot when I was younger. So I was like, rah, Sky Jackson. She even followed me on TikTok as well. I was like, fairs. What else? I'm thinking there's been a lot, man. I swear my memory's just pivoting slowly.
That's mad though. Do you ever have you ever sat there and just thought, oh, I'm just gonna drop Central DM today? Like,
nah,
no,
I don't really think that, you know.
It's one of those things. Like some people, that's their MO. Like that's just what they're gonna do, and it helps.
Yeah, it definitely does help.
But sometimes, like,
I'm the type of guy that don't really want to disturb people. I feel like I'm disturbing someone by dropping them a message, and I know it's probably a bad bad thought process of it, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm disturbing someone by just DMing them. Like, what do you want? Why are you messaging me for? That's what I feel like they'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your channels did get shut down overnight, and obviously, you said about growing it back. Let's say you can never post anything on social media again. You're done. But you can do one more post, a minute long. What are you doing in that minute?
A minute long post.
This is like your last message to anyone on social.
It's what you can be remembered for.
Listen, it has to be like a flashback kind of thing. I just have to like put all my most viral videos in that 1 minute video so they remember who the hell I am.
So that's it. You want a legacy from this?
I want a legacy. That's what I want. They better remember. They don't forget me.
I love that. I love this question because it's so, like people answer it in so like such different ways. One guy was a comedian. He was like, "Oh, I'll just tell them this is where my next gig is, and like hope they remember me." One guy was like, "I'm going to pretend I was the Unabomber, and that's just going to be the legacy."
That's the legacy.
Yeah, I like that you're building a proper legacy with it.
Bart, what's your question?
So you mentioned before that, you know, doing a Trava trend, like 4 black guys doing a Trava trend is like a mad crossover. So what would be another potentially interesting crossover that you'd want to put yourself in and the Travas in?
Ooh, another crossover.
Yeah.
See, that's hard to say because these things kind of happen organically, if you know what I mean? So it's hard to kind of predict these kind of things. But a crossover with the Travas and...
Yeah, like you are not the Travas anymore. Like you could, like you are just doing another crossover that people just wouldn't expect.
Maybe us showing up somewhere in Japan. I don't even know. Just wearing their, what do you call
like kimonos and like
wearing their traditional outfits or whatever.
Yeah.
Using like the sounds that obviously most popular out there, and obviously being 4 black boys doing it. I'd probably say something like that. You know, it's just something creative that is like, why are you doing that for?
Yeah.
I ain't never seen that before.
I see you like doing something like, you know, like American frat boys, like wearing their like little hats and like the little polos, like playing like beer pong in a frat house in America somewhere. Listening to like white boy music.
Yeah, probably so. But I feel like Juski's done that already. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but banged when he did it.
It did bang when he done it. But I don't know. I just feel like on a creative aspect, just do something that's never been done. That's the way I think of it.
Fair.
What would you do, Bart?
I'll be like somewhere in Jamaica, like I don't know, eating like jerk chicken,
Polish chicken.
Polish jerk chicken. Yeah.
Bears.
Looking as well, we looked on your Instagram. It's got in there about #1 TikTok charts for in 23 and 24. How does it feel to like you've taken over the sort of thing? Do you think you can hit that heights again?
Yes.
Yeah?
Of course. If I try, I can. If I really try it, I definitely can. Because it got to the point, not even to toot my own horn or anything, but it got to the point where when you navigate how to kind of work around these social media things, it's like it gets quite easy at some point. So it's like you know exactly what movements to make and how to do it. But at the same time, social media is unpredictable. But I feel like once you've done it before and you've done it again, and you just know how to keep going viral and making the views go up every single time, you kind of know how you're able to do it.
I feel like you've said a couple times now, like that you know how this all works. I feel like we need to get something out of you here, like the secret sauce. Like, what is it when you're creating one of these videos that you think this is going to be a viral one? Like, how do you make it go viral? What are you doing throughout that process to be like, this is going to be another banger?
To be honest,
Because you're talking like you just press record and then it's 100 million views.
Like I press, for instance, cool. What I will say is, you never know what's gonna go viral initially. So once a video gets a little bit of traction, like what I do anyways, I read the comments and I think to myself, cool, this is what I could do to make the video even better next time. And I predict how much, if I predict a certain amount of views it's gonna get, but it always does more than that anyways. So I know, so once one video gets, like a video can get 100K, I'm like, cool, if I do it again and I do this is what's gonna happen. And then that's the way I think of it.
So do you, like when you're recording it, are you thinking like, right, the first 2 seconds there needs to be like this sort of hook? Because we've had guests on that obsess over like the psychology behind social media and things like that.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about stuff like that? Or are you just like, this is funny, this is what people want to see, this is relatable?
Nowadays, I do think of that because before everything was organic, but I was like, cool, I need to keep recording it. If I don't like it, I'll record it again. If I don't like the way my hair is, like my hair needs to be a certain way, let me record it again. If like I'm trying to show my UK boxers, for instance, and my shirt's covering it, I look back at the video, I'm like, hold on, they're not showing. Yeah. I have to do the video again. So I feel like there's just certain aspects of the video that just have to be perfect. But imperfection's also a good thing as well. Because them videos also go viral. But I don't know, because I've got to the point where I know what would do well. It's like, I don't know, I just keep recording. And once I find that right video, I'm like, cool, go time.
So why do you think the imperfect videos also do well?
I don't know, I actually don't know the answer to that, but I just know imperfect videos just generally do well at times. Definitely.
What is the UK boxers thing about?
Listen, I don't know. It's just part of my creative process and branding, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of turned into my brand now because people, when they see a black man in UK boxers, they know his YD. They know his YD now.
How many pairs have you got?
I've got quite a lot. And people think I only have one pair of these boxers as well. But now I can't be wearing the same one every day. It's a bit mad.
Nah, turn them inside out.
On your Instagram bio, what does it say?
On my Instagram bio,
Yeah.
probably says mind over matter.
What does that mean?
Mind over matter, like literally, no matter what obstacles come your way, it's always mind over matter. Like, how do I word it properly, like, without mind over matter? I don't know.
Is there like a situation in like your life where that mind over matter that always comes back? Oh, that's what that means.
Yeah, like you can just pass any obstacle that comes your way. Just make sure your mind's right, and then no matter what you do or say, you'll always overcome that obstacle. You know what I mean?
I feel like just listening to you talk, like you do live that life. Like some people put just random quotes in their bio.
Yeah, it's not a random quote. It's Jenny, like it's Jenny.
Yeah,
it's something
can
I
tell.
stand by and I push it hard.
Love that. I feel like we've not spoken enough about the face.
The face, yeah.
Like it is so iconic, and it's funny because when I look at it, it actually looks nothing like you. After like sitting and talking, I was gonna get you to pull it down the barrel. We were trying to do it before you got here.
You can't.
Mate,
you still
not even close. No, I shouldn't have said that.
Give it a shot. Just give it a shot.
I can't even work. I can't even work it out because, like, I was saying, your eyebrow, mate, it's like up here.
How was it again?
So it's like the mouth goes the other way to the eyebrow. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's the best I can do.
Yes.
And I don't even want to know what that looks like because
You look good.
thanks, mate, brilliant. That's the new profile picture. But
Bart, you got to do one.
and you.
I did one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh no.
The best. I can't like.
He
You're like.
looks in pain.
You look constipated.
How? Like,
Listen, I don't know. Like I genuinely thought deep down in my heart when I was pulling like this face at first when I first
It was
blew up,
normal.
I thought it was normal. And then people were telling me, "How do you do it? How do you do it? I'm like, "Are you serious?" Like, and people can't even like a lot of people can't raise their eyebrows.
Do you know what,
You're just about barely.
Mate,
Like,
you
can.
honestly-
But
I learned to do that because in my age, my era,
back in your day.
The Rock on
The Rock,
WWE,
yeah. The Rock, yeah.
he was doing that. I spent ages like figuring out how to do that. Honestly, like days and days and days. And I was like,
What,
I've done it.
so you have to kind of learn how to do it. That's mad to me, you know. I don't know.
It's your natural talent,
Yeah, it's
mate.
definitely
You do it.
natural. It's
You do it.
weird.
What,
No, Keyed it,
Buffalo.
but
I don't know.
I have to bring the other one down, I feel like.
No,
I feel
tape
like
it
we
down.
look ridiculous
Yeah,
sitting here doing it as well. But, like, I don't even know what to say about it because it's just great. But it is so iconic. Like, I feel like I might not necessarily, if I was just scrolling my feed and you were just chatting normally, I don't know if I would have necessarily recognised you. But the second you do the face, I'm like,
it's that,
there you go. Like, that's it. It's like, do you feel now, though, that you've almost built, like, a bit of a brand on the face? Or do you think people are starting to, like,
the
get
face
you?
and the boxers.
Oh,
Yeah, the face and the
Like,
boxes.
I've definitely built a brand on the face, but it got to a point where it's like, cool, now I need to work on my own brand.
Yeah.
So like even with Band for Band, I purposely like done a thing where I mix my normal face with the Charva face so people can kind of get familiar with my normal face. Because from the initial trend we done for the song Just Say You Like It, Kakat song, nobody knew my face. Like it was like I could walk the street calm. But
Unless if you pull that face on the way to
unless I pull the
Tesco.
face. But now obviously I've been getting recognized without the face, which is definitely a good thing. So yeah, man.
Where's
Definitely.
the weirdest place you've been recognised?
Pardon?
Where's the weirdest place you've
Weirdest?
been recognised? Yeah.
Weirdest place I've been recognized? Probably inside of the toilets in a shopping center. Yeah, that's probably the weirdest place.
Were you pulling the face?
No, and I got recognized from the back of my head. It was weird. I was like, how do you know it was me? It was weird. I don't know.
How did they chat? Like,
It was a bit awkward. I was like, yeah, it was bad awkward. It's like,
talking of like, then you were saying about like the gigs and the festivals and stuff like that. Have you got anything lined up? Any?
listen, new things pop up every single day. So once again, manager. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's my management. She'll tell me a date, time, and I'll just go there and do it. That's literally how it works.
Love that. So when did you find out about this?
Honestly, actually, you know what? Last week, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
You found out pretty quick.
Was it last week? I can't remember. Maybe a couple of days or last week.
It's been a quick turnaround, so you're good.
Yeah.
One final one from me. You mentioned Drake, Kendrick, Drake. What side are you sitting on?
You know what it is? I'm not sitting on any sides.
Nah,
innit?
come on.
I'm not sitting on any sides, but what I will say is, I listen to Drake. Wait, you're happy with that? Were you a Kendrick fan?
Kendrick, nah, not even I'm a fan, but Kendrick murked them on every single thing
he
he's
did
done.
kill him.
Listen,
Super Bowl performance.
Cool. But you
Buried.
know, okay, but let's be real now, yeah? Cool, they're both very talented artists. Let's not get it twisted. They're both very, very
Listen,
talented.
Drake's got a list of ghostwriters from there to down here.
Okay,
Kendrick hasn't
but
got
I
that.
never knew this about Bar.
Listen, let's be real
You
now,
hated
yeah?
Drake so much.
Let's be real now. If you were in a room with 100 people and you asked every single one of them, are you more likely to go back after this beef? Are you more likely to go back and listen to Drake or Kendrick? Majority are gonna say Drake. So let's be real now. I'll stick with Drake, to be honest
But
with
he did kill him.
you. In a way,
He did.
still, yeah.
He did.
In a way.
Who should we get on the podcast next?
I say like interested people with a mad mindset, like someone like Mr. Beast or KSI, just hearing how the way they think.
Have you
That's
met
what
any
I
of
thought-
those guys?
Nah.
No.
I got close to KSI one time, close to the back of his head.
In the toilet.
yeah, he didn't turn around. I was hoping he turned around, but he didn't see me. But yeah, I mean, that's about how close I got.
Nice.
Yeah, I ain't met them yet. But definitely.
Have you got lots of friends in like the influencer world that you've made from like content?
I'm quite introverted, you know,
Yeah.
so I've definitely got people that I'm cool with. But in terms of friends, I don't know, you know. 'Cause I like to keep to myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd probably say, yeah, I don't know, not really, yeah. Well, kind of.
I always find that really interesting, like with influencers, because like I feel like there's two types of mindset
Yeah.
as a creator. You either just do your thing, you love it, and you do the odd collab, or there are the people who just every piece of content it has to be with someone, it has to be part of a group, and yeah, I feel like someone you always sit on either side of.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't want to be mates with any of them.
But that was the thing, like when I was creating content, but obviously like we had to we do some collabs, but FIFA, like we didn't leave the house, so like that's what drove me mad was not seeing other people, and but I feel like you've got at least your group of
definitely.
CHARVA'S.
I feel like a lot of content creators don't really like us anyways, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Because the way they view it, they're like, whoa, these guys just came out of nowhere. And then they just surpassed all of us in the space of these couple months. I mean, we've been trying for years, but they don't know we've been trying for years as well.
Yeah.
We just managed to find something very creative and it's just done very well. But I feel like a lot of them, and I've even like seen the way they act in person. And it's the way, I don't know, I've seen a couple of hate videos. They try to take it down now that they try to follow me and try to take it down. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like a lot don't really like us too much because the way we just surpassed them like out of nowhere. And it's like we left them in the dust kind of, in a sense.
Yeah, it's the overnight success that took years.
Exactly. So I feel like a lot of people, they don't really want to give us our flowers like that. But it's fine though, don't really care.
That's what people think. They just see, these guys have come from nowhere. But the reality is, you said that you've been working on it for years and years and years. They don't see that. They just see, this person just appeared because of this trend. But you've been grinding away at it for a long time. So
I think that's the beauty of TikTok as well, isn't it? Like compared to other platforms, TikTok, you can just create good content and it'll be found. Like if you're doing the right stuff, people will find you. Well, that has been really interesting, mate. I still don't think I'm ever going to get over the face. Like, just love it. It's iconic. It's brilliant. Any final messages? Anything you want to tell the world before we finish up?
Anything I want to tell the world? Kids, stay in school. Usually I'd preach. School don't really matter, but obviously not everyone kind of wants to be in the position I'm in now. So make sure you behave in school. Don't be like me and get yourself kicked out. Because I had a plan. You might not have a plan right now. So make sure you keep sticking to your books, read, do your work. Everyone else, I don't know, bruv. Just keep grinding. You'll make it somewhere one day, I guess. But yeah, keep it lemon.
Brilliant. Love it. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Appreciate
you.